Hi everyone, so in today's video I thought I would make some cards using the Arrange a Wreath stamp set that is available in our annual 2020 to 2021 catalogue. Now I need to make some customer thank you cards for people that are shopping with me in November, so I thought I would use this stamp set, but I want to show you a couple of samples of some cards and projects that I've made using the dies. So this is the actual stamp set. You've got a wreath design, you've got a couple of flowers, a couple of different types of leaves. You've got this here which could be made into a basket or a label. You've got hearts which would work for anniversaries or birthdays or Valentine's. You've got pears, you've got this which I think is meant to be the partridge. You've got Easter eggs, and then you've got give thanks, Merry Christmas, Happy Heart Day, Happy Easter and best wishes. But obviously you could put any greeting with this set at all. If you buy the stamp set and the dies, which I'm going to show you in a minute, as a bundle, you save 10%, and there is a specific bundle number. You don't get the saving if you buy the stamp set using its stamp number and then the dies using the die number. You've got to use the bundle number to get the discount. And then there are a few samples here in the top of the catalogue that just give you some examples of how Stampin' Up have used it. So this first card has been made predominantly with the dies. So the only bit of stamping I've done here is the Merry Christmas greeting. So the bow, the two sizes of flower, all this leaf, is all from the actual dies. I've embossed the white layer with the winter snow embossing folder, but I just want to bring in the dies and show you how much you get in this set. I mean, it's jam-packed. You get two different type of wreath leaves. You get the pears, the hearts, the Easter eggs, the partridge. You get the kind of poinsettia flower, other flowers here. You get multiples of these, so it's easier to die cut several at once. That's your bow in 3 different layers and more leaves. And then, as I say, here's your stamp set. Photopolymer, so easy to line up so you can see through it. And then I've just got another couple of projects. So I've got another card, which again I've used the winter snow embossing folder. I've just used the Merry Christmas from the stamp set. This time I've only done one each of the 2 wreaths. On this one I did 3 layers and added 1 layer of the bow. There is an extra layer that you can add on to the bow. Again, the poinsettias, the little flowers, this time I've put some of the little leaves in. I've cut that in our champagne foil. And then this is a little fridge magnet I've made just using the dies, and I've hot glued some magnets onto the back of it, and that's just a little fridge magnet decoration. For my card today, I'm just going to be using the stamp set. So I'm going to stamp this wreath directly onto a piece of white card. I've already pre-stamped and cut with the dies the partridge, the leaves and the pears, and then I'm going to use this kind of plank section here with the greeting. Okay, so I'll show you what I've got for my layers. So I've got a piece of Whisper White thick cardstock, which I've cut straight down the middle on the short side, scored and folded. So this is going to be a top opening card. This is UK A4. I've got a Pear Pizzazz green layer, which is 5 5/8 by 3 7/8. And then I've got a piece of Whisper White regular cardstock, which is lovely for stamping on. And this is 5 1/2 by 3 6/8. And this is just going to have a very, very, very small increment all the way around, just so you see just a tiny little bit of the green. So I'm going to stamp on this. Then I'm going to pick it up with my Stamparatus. Bring in some soft sea foam, which is a nice pale green. And I'm going to ink this up and stamp it down. And then, because I've used the Stamper Artist, if it doesn't look as though I've got all the ink on there properly, I can just ink up again for a second time and go back down over the top, and that will give me a nice crisp and deep impression. And that's what I've got so far. So I'm just going to pop that on one side. I'm going to get out the plank type thing here and the Merry Christmas greeting. I'm going to use a soft seafoam again and stamp this onto a piece of scrap card, and then I'm going to put my words down on my grid paper just to get them nice and level. And then this time I'm going to use Early Espresso and I'm just going to stamp this on the front of the label. I'm just going to bring in my scissors and I'm just going to cut this label quite close to the edge, but leaving a tiny, tiny little white border. Then if you don't get your cutting quite accurate enough, the white will just kind of draw the eye away against your white card. Okay, so now I'm going to bring in my piece of green pear pizzazz. So basically for this I've used 3 colours. I've used soft seafoam to stamp the wreath. I've used Early Espresso for the greeting, Early Espresso for the partridge and the leaves, and I've used pear pizzazz for the pears. So I'm just going to layer this up on here, and as I say, this has got a very, very, very tiny increment. So I'm just going to kind of get it into place, and then because I've got the wet glue, I've got a little bit of wiggle room before I commit it. Then I'm going to bring in my partridge and some 3D foam. And I'm going to pop him here. Then I'm just going to apply a little bit of glue and position these pears. Put some glue on the back of my little leaves. Just hold that down. And then I'm going to bring in one more of the pears, and I'm just going to put a dimensional on the back of this. Just one. And then I'm just going to pop this one up kind of just on the top like so. Then bring in my little greeting. Again, a couple of dimensionals. This should go through the post okay because there's not really very much dimension in it. Pop my little greeting there. And then stick this one down flat onto the front of the card. And this one's got a bigger increment around it, so this one's easier to line up, hopefully. So there it is, nice simple top opening card. And there's a couple more I've already made, and then I've got more to make. So that's using a Ranger wreath, which is part of the Wreath Builder suite. So I hope you found that helpful. Please give the video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.